Greetings and welcome to this review of Digimon Adventure Tri Reunion, the English dub. This DVD physical release came out back in May, I want to say mid-May. I finally got around to reviewing it. Comes with this fancy cardboard cover with a sticker. If this would focus. New Digimon movie includes both Japanese and English audio, returning English voice cast, bonus, new interviews, and for some reason there's some coding numbers there. Look at the description on the back.
Die! How big you've grown!
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's been 6 years since the summer adventure when ToE and the rest of the Digidestined crossed over to Digiworld, and nearly 3 years since the final battle between Kari's second generation Digidestined and Melo Meodismon. I guess no mention of Diaboromon, aka Diablomon, in that 1/4 movie. And at some point, the gate to Digiworld mysteriously closed. With the gates closed, the days continue to pass until the adventure digivolves once again. The English dub sure likes to throw in Digi into everything. We got features, some technical stuff, if that's what you're into. I really love the art cover of this. I mean, granted that this has a little more significance in the Japanese version since we renamed Omnimon from Omegamon. I'm not entirely sure why, especially since Alpha, Omega. Yeah. Especially since when I think of Omnimon, if Oni means all, I would think of something more along the lines of Chimeramon over here. You know, it has everything in there. Alright, so you get the standard DVD, which I like the cardboard cutouts even if they are unnecessary. You got your digital copy, which I already redeemed, so no luck there. You got your DVD, your Blu-ray, and I do really like it when manufacturers print out back art covers to translucent DVD cases, although I'm not sure why in this case they felt the need to print it out with this blue hue. Well, anyways, let's review the movie proper, shall we? If you saw the video of Reunion's Fathom event, my thoughts are relatively unchanged. It is a shot of nostalgia hearing the returning cast reprise their roles as the previous Digidestined or Digimon, with the new voice actors doing a pretty good job of covering the other voices. Though I still feel the same about the lack of chemistry between ToE and Matt compared to the Japanese version. Maybe it's a language thing, but in the English version, it sounds like people arguing at each other as opposed to having an argument with each other.
俺たちにしかできないことがあるんだよ。けどなんだよ。太一は忘れたのか。デジタルワールドでのことやガブモンたちと世界を救うために戦ったこと。忘れるわけないだろ。だったら。太一。
We're the only ones who can do something about it. Well, yeah, but... Yeah, but what? Have you forgotten everything we've done? How hard we all fought together to save the digital world and our world too?
Of course I haven't forgotten.
So what do we do now then? Nothing? Okay then! Well, Ty?
This physical release also includes a 16-minute interview with the various cast members about their experience with Digimon, their thoughts on voice acting, and just their general perception of the fandom. Though this is the only worthwhile bonus of this physical release, as the only other feature is this 2-minute montage of the Los Angeles Fathom event that just has shots of the attendees and photo ops with the cast, It doesn't even include the Fathom event material that I saw back in September. Although, considering those fangirls, that might be for the best. There's not even a teaser for the next movie, Determination, which I don't understand why when the interviews with the voice actors clearly show them working on the third movie. I know this is an English release, but I would have wanted to see more behind the scenes features, even if they would have been needed to be subbed. Especially something involving the music. Considering that Koji Wada's passing happened right after the release of the second movie in Japan, it would have been nice to see a small tribute. Maybe that'll be included on the second DVD, but no reason why this couldn't have been included in this DVD. And as an aside while we're on the music, ToE, if you release the score of this entire series, I will pay good money to have that imported. The score throughout the series has been phenomenal, especially the orchestrated renditions of all the featured music. If you're interested to know what I'm talking about, check out YouTube user Daniel Acosta. He's made some pretty good edits with some of the background music. It's not a replacement for a soundtrack release, but it's pretty damn good. Returning to the dub, as someone who's seen both the Japanese and now the English version multiple times, there is a certain pet peeve that sticks out in my head, and that is the need for English dubs to fill in parts of anime that have long periods of silence. Especially when it's very clear through the visual media that the audience is supposed to get the idea just from the imagery. Whereas in the dub, they feel the need to have the character have an inner monologue explaining what is very obvious, or anything that the audience is clearly meant to interpret for themselves and pick up on.
Look at all the damage he's already done. And you know who's gonna get blamed for it? The good Digimon.
I'm not entirely sure why this is a necessary change. Changes in dialogue when it comes to dubbing lip movement I can understand, but adding dialogue to clearly silent scenes kinda makes more work for you as a studio. And I personally find it insulting as a member of the Western audience that studios feel like they need to spell out things for us, or that we need shiny keys dangled in front of us to keep our attention, because otherwise we might get lost. Woo! I can only imagine what they'll do to the ending of Confession during a very tense and emotional scene.
Oh no, oh my god! Oh no, our Digimon are gonna sacrifice themselves! Oh no! Their memories are gonna get erased! Wah! No! Oh no, the entire digital world has been rebooted! No! I'm sad! This is a sad moment!
Then there's something I noticed when rewatching the dub version, and this isn't inherent to just the dub version, it's in the Subversion as well.
These are believed to be the same creatures that have caused so much damage to the city several times in the past. Only on this occasion, the appearance of so many of them at one time meant that the destruction was more extensive than ever.
Really, the damage was more severe than the previous times Digimon have appeared. It's not like Myotismon became Venom Myotismon and ran on a rampage throughout the entire district and practically destroyed it in one go. Or that one time that Digimon virus wreaked havoc on the digital infrastructure of the internet. Oh yeah, and launched a nuke at Japan. Or when that same Digimon virus managed to come back and actually cross over into the real world. Actually, compared to the small property damage there and that airport, I think you guys got off pretty light this time. So this is just something that's inherent to me as a consumer of media. I enjoy watching movies with subtitles even if they are in a language that I can understand, because I find that it engages me a little bit more, and I don't have to worry about poor audio mixing interfering with what's being said. I noticed this very hilarious mis-subtitling of the English dub.
Alright! Agumon! Yep! Ready to rock, Ty!
We're
Yeah, where Garurumon is not saying where Garurumon, he's asking where's Garurumon? Yeah, nice nice job there. Nice job there, Shout Factory. This is present on the Blu-ray version, though it's not present on the Blu-ray's version's Japanese subtitles, nor is it present on the English subtitles for the DVD version. But the subtitles for the digital version does have this hilarious error. And clearly the sub wasn't being worked on by someone who was a fan, as War Greymon and Metal Garurumon's names are spaced. That's just nitpicking. So now the big question, is this physical release worth buying? If you're a fan of the original Digimon and want to get that sense of nostalgia from the original voice cast, or you're just someone who doesn't like reading subtitles, then buying a physical copy seems to be the only form you can watch this. As of the time of this recording, there doesn't seem to be a digital release or stream of this video. However, if you're not a fan of the original voice cast and already saw the Japanese release, then there isn't anything worthwhile in this physical release, other than just having it. The only other recommendation I can make for this DVD is if you have any children that are probably too young to follow any subtitles, but you think might actually be interested in this. I had a friend visit with her 2 children, and in order to keep them entertained while she was cooking, I popped this in for them. And while this movie is geared towards more older fans of the series, these kids readily got engrossed into this movie. There isn't a rating on this DVD, but there are some light uses of damn, with some city destruction and monsters attacking each other. So use that for what you will as a rating. And if anything, these kids' reactions to wanting to see the second part kinda does make me want to buy it the second movie, just so they can experience it, as neither one of them are very likely to follow subtitles. So until then, this is Chopamon saying, Prodigious.